Great evening, folks. This is Wesley Virgin. Hey, welcome to another Millionaire Midnight Rant podcast. I'm your host, your favorite millionaire, okay? From Houston, Texas. Many of you know that I am a self-made millionaire, and I go live as much as humanly possible. I know I missed a few nights, but to give you guys the opportunity to pick my brain. My podcast right now is the number one podcast in self-development. I'm excited about that. We have so many listeners. We have over 1 million downloads. That's awesome. So many listeners that have decided to change. They've made a decision that enough is enough, and they want to know what they're doing wrong and discover what they need to do to put themselves and their family in a better situation. So, hey, folks, how are you? So, tonight, real quickly here, I got a topic for you. I want to talk about the how doesn't matter, okay? Can I get you guys to comment those words below? The how doesn't matter. You know, it's interesting how we spend so much time on how we're going to do things. Hey, thanks for the heart, celebrate. How it doesn't matter. You know, we spend a lot of time, and the question that I get the most is, Wesley, how do I do it? How do I make money? You know, how do I lose weight? How do I save? How do I start a business? How do I become a millionaire? And let me share something with you. You know, I once upon a time was just like yourself. I was thinking about, how am I going to make money? How am I going to leave my job and start a business? Until I read a book that educated me on the how is not as important when you're trying to manifest dreams, desires, and things that you want. Okay? So again, can I get everybody to comment those words below? The how doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you why. And I will answer any questions after this about the topic, because I want you to fully understand it. And I want you to understand it to the point that you take action and you apply it to your life, and you get rich, you get wealthy, you get what you want, you manifest abundance, and you begin to have the life that you want to have. I don't want you to grow old and to have a life of regrets. I don't want you to grow old thinking all the things you could have done now that you waited too long to do it. Okay? So remember, this is my philosophy. This is my ideology. This is true for me. This has worked for me. And it has worked for others as well. I've created several programs on the internet. I've made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I still make a ton of money now. And I'm making more because of what I understand about this concept, about the how does it matter. And I want to give it to you. And the great thing about it, listen up, it's very simplistic. You know, the reason why people listen to my rants is because, I'm just honest, I'm brutal, I'm just direct. And I really break things down at a 5th grade level. So you can just apply it if you choose to do it. And I know some of you may believe, well, it can't be that simple. And you may think it can't be that simple. And you may think, well, everybody can do it, if it's that simple. Well, I mean, think about push-ups. I think everybody can do one push-up, but everybody does not. Everybody can eat healthy, but they don't. So, there's a famous quote, and it goes like this. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. Okay? Like what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So it doesn't really matter the complexity around the things that we do. It's just about making a decision to do it. Okay? What I'm going to share with you is very simple, super simple, that you can do. It doesn't matter your situation. It doesn't matter how broke you are. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter if you have a daddy or a mama. It doesn't matter. If you understand this, you can manifest whatever you want. Cars, jewelry, diamonds, travel. As a matter of fact, I'm on vacation right now. I'm off the grid, though. So you can have whatever you want. And this concept I've taught to my lovely woman that's beside me right now. And it's working for her. It's working very well for her. Just basically understanding that the how doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get into it here. So you may think, well, if the how doesn't matter, what does matter? You know, if how to make $1 million, how to be successful is not so important, Wes, what is? Write this down. The most important part, and this is science, folks, and I can quote many books maybe I give to you so you can go do your research. What matters most is the outcome. Let me give you an example. If I stay in Houston, Texas, and if I want to go to Dallas, Texas, okay, or I want to go on vacation, I want to go somewhere. You may say, you know what, I want to go somewhere. I want to go on vacation. The first thought isn't, well, I want to go on vacation, so I guess I'm going to fly. I want to go on a vacation, I guess I'm going to drive. Because the next question that someone's going to ask you is, well, but you go on vacation where? Like you wouldn't tell someone, hey, yeah, I think I'm going to drive to my next vacation. They're going to ask you, well, where are you going? I think I'm going to fly to my next vacation. Well, where are you going? Right? Like the how doesn't matter. Like how we're going to get there doesn't really matter. What matters is where you going. I'm going to Dallas, Texas. Okay, great. I can either drive, I can walk, I can crawl, I can catch the bus. Okay? And I can get there. Because how I get to Dallas doesn't even matter. What matters is I need to know exactly the destination. And this is the same thing when it comes to wealth and even problems that you're solving in business and in your life. Are you with me? Say, Wesley, I'm with you. Comment below, folks, if you're with me here. I'm going to drop some gems here tonight. Come on, I'm waiting on your comments, folks. Hello, get up, get up. Are you with me? No, man, I'm talking to the people. Okay? Are you with me? What's important is the destination. What's important is the outcome. Okay? So let's dig deeper here. You know, when I wanted to make $1 million, okay? Let's go back in my 20s. I spent a lot of time on how I was going to make $1 million. I didn't spend a lot of time on actually the destination. Now, some of you may think the destination is $1 million. Some of you may think the destination is financial independency. The destination is financial success. But the problem is that's not a destination. Let me prove it to you. If I tell you that, you say, hey, where are you traveling this year for on vacation? I'm going to the beach. If I say I'm going to the beach, you're going to ask me, well, which beach? Well, that's very synonymous to you saying that, well, I want to be a millionaire. That's my outcome. My outcome is I want to be financially independent. I want to be successful. I want to be happy. I want to be great. I want to be healthy. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to be significant. I want to be popular. I want to be famous. You get it? What's lacking, listen to me. What was lacking for me in my later 20s was I wasn't clear. I didn't have any clarity around what I wanted. I thought that just saying I want to be a millionaire was enough. Are you with me? Thank you, Melanie Robbins, for the badge here. Come on, folks. Are you with me? Are you listening? Like, I thought that, well, I want to be successful. I don't want to struggle any longer. You know? I just want things to work out. See, the issue is that's not a destination. It's not an outcome. But to you, it seems like it is. See, some of you, if I say, hey, how many want to be a millionaire? You say, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, great. That's what you want, right? And many of you in your mind, that makes sense to you. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire. So let me work towards being a millionaire. But the problem is your brain doesn't clearly understand what being a millionaire is. It doesn't clearly understand what being successful is. See, when I start reading the books, a great author to really study is Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza really breaks down the mind on how the brain interprets these thoughts and beliefs and desires. He does an excellent job on it. He said, well, you can't just say that you want to be rich because your brain doesn't have references of you being rich. You may have watched a video of somebody else that is rich. You may see somebody that you think is rich, but you don't have a personal experience. So you don't have a reference personally as an individual for you to truly understand what it even means to be rich or to be wealthy or have $1 million. Your brain doesn't have enough pieces to the puzzle. That's the best way to explain that. So I give you an example. So if I'm thinking about my outcome, if I'm thinking about what I want to be, I go a bit further than saying I want to be a millionaire. I say, you know what? Well, my goal is not just to be a millionaire, because I just don't want money. I want to do something with the money. Stay with me. I just don't want to be successful. Like what does even success means for me? Like, how would I know that I'm successful? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself, folks. Like, how do you know? How do you know when that day comes when you're going to be financially independent? Like, how much money you need to make? Then what are you going to do with the money? What we're doing here is we're getting clarity on the outcome. Because let me tell you something. Once you're super clear about what you want to be and who you want to become and how you want to live your life, the how happens automatically. Okay? Does that make sense? The how happens automatically. Now, some of you may say, well, Wes, I've been trying. I'm trying to focus on what I want and not the how. But I keep thinking about how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. Are you saying that I don't have to do anything? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, and this is hard to explain to a lot of you, but I'm going to try to explain it. What needs to show up in your life, it will present itself. A great example is this. I have 3 children. Okay? If someone says, hey, I got one of your kids and you need to pay me $500,000 to get them back. And say if I don't have $500,000. But if you tell me or any mother that has a child, they're going to find a way to get their kid back. Right? But if I tell you to make $500,000 this month, you don't know what to do. You're like, oh man, how am I going to do that? But if I took your kid and say, give me $500,000 or your kid is going to be gone, you're just going to find a way. I mean, you're just going to start thinking like, okay, let's get this done because I got to get my kid back. Like, you're not even considering that you're not going to find that money. You're going to knock on everybody's door. You'll knock on 1 million people's door and get $1 and tell your story 1 million times to save your kid. Can you get amen? Everybody would do that, right? You see how the how doesn't even matter anymore based off if it's your kid that you need to save? Right? But the issue is, there's no kid to save. Without the proper leverage and motivation, all of you just think about, well, how I'm going to do that and how I'm going to do this. And you get disappointed, you get discouraged, and you quit. How many of you are in that cycle right now? Be honest. You're trying to do something. You want to do something. But you're so stuck on how you need to do it. Listen. Let me just share something that I did that allowed me to attract the life that I wanted. And it was easy, and I still do it today. And it's like, sometimes I think it's a cheat code because it's just so easy for me. And people look at me and they're like, God damn, man, you make it so easy. And people thinking like, why is it so easy for you, Wes? Let me tell you why, because I'm committed to the process. Like I truly believe and have faith in my own process. And my process is anything that I want. Listen, I'm explaining this to it like I'm talking to a third. If I want something, I envision, which means is I create a picture in my mind. Listen to me. I create a picture in my mind. I close my eyes and I think and create a picture in my mind of the exact scenario that I want to happen. So it's like a movie. It's like I create this mental movie in my mind as if the outcome is happening in my brain. Why? Here's the science. Joe Dispenza, he's a neuroscientist, he says that the mind and the brain cannot tell the difference between something that is imagined and something that is real. So since the mind doesn't know what's real and what's not, I can create an image or a movie in my mind about the scenario, the outcome that I want. And if I continue to do that, listen, if I continue to do that, and the more I do it, things will happen in my life to make the outcome a reality. Okay? Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't matter where you are. Some of you may think, oh, I'm so far from you, Wes. Like money-wise and intelligence-wise. And I haven't read all those books that you've read, Wes. And like, I'm so far from you. But I'm here to tell you that you're not. The problem is you're judging your situation. And you think since the situation that you're in, then there's no way that you can just pull yourself out of that situation and be in a situation that is more likely or more a situation that's more favorable to you, to the point that you'll feel that you're making progress, that you can feel that, oh yeah, things are working out. Like you think you're so far, but that's your thoughts. But I want you to understand that you're not that far. You're not that far at all. All you need to do, I'm telling you, all you need to do, you close your eyes. You can do this in the morning, evening, afternoon, 5-10 minutes, and you begin to imagine the life, the outcome that you want. Whatever you're working on, say if you're trying to figure out how to make money, well, you close your eyes, you see yourself making money. You see yourself doing the thing that you want to do to make the money. Make sense? I mean, it's that simple. And you know what's amazing about it? You could do this for others. Like you could actually imagine things for other people as well. Now I get it. No, you guys just don't believe this. You might say, this is crazy. Come on, you gotta work, you gotta do this, you gotta bust your ass. Maybe, okay, listen, but those are just beliefs. I have learned something about the mind. There's a part of the mind that's called the subconscious mind that is more powerful. It understands things that the conscious mind just doesn't have access to. Because the unconscious mind has everything. It just has so much information. And think about the unconscious mind like this. Anything that you've ever experienced, anything and everything that you ever saw, smelled, felt, secured. Like it's in the unconscious part of your mind. It is in there. Childhood experiences, things that like everything is in the unconscious mind. It's there. What I've learned how to do when I'm teaching you how to access it. Like the solution that is needed for you to make $1 million or to be rich and successful, or to be happy and feeling abundant. Like the unconscious part of your mind already has access to it. Does that make sense? Like the solution to your problem, it already has access to it. Now you may say, well, how can I get access to it faster? Close your eyes, create a mental movie in your mind about the exact scenario that you want to happen, and continue to do it. Instead of thinking about how you're going to do this and searching this and searching this, close your eyes, see yourself. I use example. What I used to do, if I wasn't making a ton of sales, maybe one of my companies, I would close my eyes and I would imagine the sales coming in. I would imagine people coming to me and say, hey, Wesley, we want to do business with you. We want to do this. And I would see thousands and thousands of sales. And let me tell you something, within 30 days, thousands and thousands of sales were coming in per day. I even have a video of this on my podcast, even on my Instagram here. Like I just manifested it. And all I did was this. This is why I always tell my team, and I'm going to tell you as well, something amazing is about to happen. You heard it? Something amazing is about to happen. I told my team this. I always tell my team, something amazing is about to happen. I post this on my story. Something amazing is about to happen. And the reason why I continue to post it, because I want to program you, my team, and everybody that follows me. Because imagine if I'm able to program your mind to believe that something amazing is going to happen every day. Now, unconsciously, you begin to expect that something amazing is going to happen. Are you with me? Something amazing is going to happen. The how doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as much as you think it. It just does not, because you don't know. Listen, like right now, you may have a problem or a challenge or a situation right now, and you have no idea on how you're going to solve it. All I want you to do is, the problem doesn't matter. What matters is the solution. Will create the solution in the mind. If you're not making money right now, say if you have a business, you're not making any money, close your eyes and see yourself making money. See customers coming into your place. See sales coming on your online business. Whatever you're doing. Like say if you're a streamer or you are, it doesn't matter. See more people watching your videos. See more people giving you money around the world. It doesn't matter. You just create the scenario, what you want in your mind. Women, you want to meet a beautiful, rich man? Create it in the mind. See yourself attracting that type of man. See yourself talking to that type of man. Laughing, having a good time with that man in the mind. Okay? I want to pause there. Any questions for me here? Is your girl learning how to do mental picturing? Absolutely. She's getting really good at it. Even today, she manifested something amazing. She's becoming an expert manifester. She just realizing that you don't need to, because listen, stress is worry, is it not? That's all what stress is. When people say, oh, I'm stressed out, they're worried about things. When you stop worrying, that means that you have total trust and faith that whatever you want is going to happen. Can we agree to that? Like when we don't worry about things, it's because in our minds we just know everything's going to be okay. But when we worry and we stress, now we're doubting. Doubting creates conflict in the mind, which means is now your mind is thinking more about what's not going to happen. You're thinking more about the stress and the worry than the actual outcome. That's why many of you get so stuck. You get impatient. You're like, oh, it's been too long. I'm this age. This person is doing it. See, we're doing it to ourselves. We don't realize it. Like we're causing ourselves not to be able to manifest the abundance. But it's just like in the moment, you don't see it because like you can't see yourself from the outside. But when you start to observe yourself and notice how you're thinking and what you're saying, you're moving yourself away from the abundance that you want. Are you with me? Any spiritual manifesting books you recommend? Yeah, the one you're listening to right now from me, Wesley Virgin. Like you can read the book. All Joe Dispenza books are great. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, great book. All right? You Are the Placebo Effect, great book. But let me tell you what your issue is. Mr. Aaron, I can give you a book, you can read it. But the problem is, it's not a part of the unconscious part of your mind. See, consciously, we read books. But if you read a book one time, it's not a part of your unconsciousness. Your subconscious mind, like, is your life. It's the decisions that you make. It's the reason why you use a certain type of toothpaste. It's the reason why you chose a certain color of car. The reason why you're in your career. This is unconscious decisions. Does that make sense? These are decisions that you don't have to think about. It's like driving your car. You don't have to think about driving a car because you've driven it thousands of times. So a lot of the processes and the things that we do are automatic. That's from the subconscious part of us. Like, imagine if we had to think about everything we had to do every day. You have to think about every single process. Everything. It'd be insane. Think about driving a car for the first time every day for the rest of your life. Think about tying your shoes for the first time every day. Like, it'd be insane. The unconscious part of your mind has to take information and create automated processes. So it happens automatically for you. Are you with me? So the point is, you have to expose yourself to this type of information over and over again. Like, even now, like in my 20s, I would listen to this type of information for hours a day. At work, I was listening to this type of information. When I was at the gym, I'm listening to this type of information. When I will wake up, and I'm broke at this time, I don't have any money. I'm still trying to figure out how to make money, how to be successful, how to be a millionaire. But I'm listening to this type of information for years. Why? Because I'm just reprogramming my mind. That's all I'm doing. That's what you're doing right now. You're reprogramming your mind because you're hearing information either that you've heard before or maybe information you've heard for the first time. But how do we get anything embedded deeply inside of our minds? Repetition is the mother of skill. Okay? Next question for me here. Wes, do you know anything about getting enough credit cards in order to get money on credit to start a business? No, I don't even recommend that. I've seen videos like this. I mean, that stuff is just bull. I'm not saying it don't work, but why? It's not necessary. You don't have to put yourself in debt to be able to start a business to make money. There's so many ways on the internet for free that you can make money, but you got to be willing to do the work. Many of you don't understand that getting money from a credit card loans doesn't make you a good business person. You still can fail. And most people will. You get all these loans and you fail. You can't pay the loan back. You default. Now you're more in debt. There's too many opportunities right now that does not take any type of investment to be able to earn and make money. Okay? Next question for me here. Yeah, so the book I was talking about, Coco, was Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself. Can you talk about the power of writing down physically on paper and the power of manifesting? Yeah, I mean, writing on paper. I have a journal. I have a journal that I would write in every day. And the reason why I was writing it down because, you know, the crazy part about, like, it took me 10 years to start writing in the journal, even though I knew, like, I've heard and I was taught to write in the journal, but I never write in the journal because I say, oh, I know what I want. I know what I want. I know what I want. And maybe I did, but I didn't know what I wanted clearly. Just like you. You may say you know what you want, but you don't know what you want clearly. You need to know what you want like you know your first and last name. You don't know what you want at that level of clarity yet. Okay? You know, when they say that you get what you think about, that's true. Like, whatever you think about most of the time is what you get. So think about if you're writing in your journal every day, the man that you're going to be, the woman you're going to be, the things you're going to accomplish, the person that you're going to be, the money that you're going to have. If you're writing this every day, that's what's on your mind. Which means is, if that's on your mind, that's what you start to gravitate towards. Okay? The how doesn't matter. Manny says, God is putting me through trials right now, just like how trying to collect commission from me. God is not putting you through trials, my guy. You're putting yourself through trials. You know, another thing, we have to stop using God as an excuse when the reason why life is the way it is. It's nothing to do with God. God's not putting you in trials. God's not purposely dropping you in the fire of life. God is not purposely putting things in your way. No. Your decisions are. So that's one thing I don't like about when it comes to religion. It depends on how people preach it or interpret the religious information. But God is not stopping anybody. God is not purposely putting you in any type of iniquity or sinful or any type of cynical type of situations. It's your decisions. But you're making decisions that you're not paying attention to because you think it's not a big deal. You're like, this is nothing, you know. No one will ever know, or it's just this one time. But those decisions is shaping your reality. Are you with me? If you don't have any money, if you're 30 years old, 40, 50 years old, and have no money, it's because God is putting trials and tribulations in your life. You just don't know how to budget money. You just spend your money. You don't save it. That's it. You get rid of your money instead of keeping the money. That's just your decision. Your decision was to spend the money instead of keeping the money. You get me? Yeah? Good job, Coco. No. I'm sorry, Brittany. You're incorrect. You may think Manny has a point. He does not. That is incorrect. God is not putting anybody through trials. You know, when I hear people use God almost as an excuse on why they're in a situation. No, you're putting yourself in trials, tribulations, problems. See, this is the one thing that I've realized, like poor and average folks, just like they just can't do. They can't take ownership. They can't take accountability. It's like they have to blame. It's got to be somebody else. But this person is just testing my faith right now. No one's testing your faith. No one's testing anything. It's just your decisions. And sometimes we're not going to make the best decisions. But we have to learn from the bad decisions that we've made. It's not that we are in trials or, God is just testing me to see how good. No, it's just how life is. Nobody on this planet is going to make a perfect decision every single time that's going to lead to the outcome that they want. Nobody on this planet is going to make a perfect decision every time to get exactly what they want. Not even Jeff Bezos, not even Elon Musk. Which means that some decisions are going to be bad decisions. Some decisions are going to be decisions that's not going to get you what you want. Does that make sense? So it's not about playing the victim role or, somebody else is doing something to you. It's just you. Okay? And let me tell you something. Like, you don't have to believe me. Just look at your bank account. Look at the person that you date. Look at the type of people you attract in your life. Look at the car that you drive, the house that you live in, the neighborhood that you live in. Like, look at everything around the career that you, look at everything around you that you do that you don't want to do. Then you'll know if your philosophy about life is actually aligned with the person that you have become. And if you have not become the person that you want to be, if you're not excited or satisfied with the person that you are, that means that your philosophy needs to be questioned. Even your religious philosophy. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Next question here. See, think about it. Why would, watch this. For everybody that thinks that philosophy is the right philosophy or what they're doing is exactly what they should be doing, are they making the right decisions? Well, then why do you smoke? Why do you drink? And why do you justify? I think we all can agree that smoking and drinking is probably one of the most debilitating things the person can do to the human body. But why do we do it? Well, we justify it. We justify it. Now, why do we justify those type of habits like drugs or smoking or vaping or weed or, alcohol? Well, we justify it because of the pleasure that it gives us. And so even though we know it's probably not the right thing to do, even though we know we wouldn't give a baby a cigarette. Like, would you give your baby a cigarette? No, you wouldn't do it, but you'll smoke one. You wouldn't give your baby weed, but you'll smoke weed. Oh, well, that's just a baby. What's the difference between a baby and an adult? Well, you think the adult can take the weed or handle the weed as much as the baby? I mean, but you see how we justify it all. You won't give your baby a drink, right? You won't do that, but you'll do it, right? And you only do it because of the pleasure. What I'm saying is, listen, folks. Like, if you're going to have this philosophy on life that you want to be the best version of yourself, well, that includes everything. You can't pick and choose the person you want to be and justify habits or addictions that don't serve you. Right? There are some things that many of you do, and you know it's not the right thing to do, and you do it anyway. Why? Think about it. Why? Why do you think people do things that they don't supposed to do, but they do it anyway? Because of the pleasure. Because it's pleasure for them. listen, I care about you. I love you. Like, I want you guys to win. But some of you, what you don't realize, like, winning, the foundation of winning start from understanding the basics. And the basics could be this. You may say, well, Wesley, I want to win financially. I want to make a lot of money. Well, start by making your bed. Now, in your mind, you might see, you may not be able to correlate how making your bed is going to equal to you making money. Or I may say, well, keep your car clean. Keep your home clean. Whenever you leave your house, make sure you leave your house and look sharp and look clean and look dressed. I don't care if you're going to the mailbox. I don't care if you're going to Walmart. I don't care where you're going, but you're going to look your best. You're going to look good, smell good, hair is looking nice. You're going to always look presentable. And you might say, well, how is this going to bring money into my life? How I'm going to make money? How I'm going to do this? How I'm going to do. But what you don't realize, that's the foundation of sustainable, long-term success. Why? Because how you care about yourself, regardless of the money. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have, but how you care about yourself, that's the foundation of who you will become. Are you with me? Like, many of you want to learn how to save money, but like, you can't even keep your house clean. You can't even make your bed every day. What are you talking about? Many of you haven't learned how to master the things that are so basic. The things that you can definitely do, but you think are insignificant. And those little small things are tearing you apart. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, see, you folks, you're not, I'm looking in the comment section below. A lot of you are quiet right now. I don't see any comments. Yeah, because I'm right. Yeah. See, many of you, a great example is like trying to learn how to do multiplication, and you don't even know what a number represents. You're trying to do 3 times 7, but you don't know what a 3 is yet. You don't know what a 7 is yet. That's you. You want to jump ahead. Or just show me how to make money. Or just show me how to do this. Is it easy? Well, what's the fast way I can make some money? What's the easy way to do this? Well, how can I do this faster? That's you. But the foundations of success, in my opinion, it's just the small things. Going to the gym, working out every day. Keeping your house clean. Keeping clean shoes. I know it sounds crazy, right? I get it. Keeping yourself well-groomed. Learning how to have a smile on your face. Giving people compliments. When people ask you, how are you doing today? You say, absolutely fantastic. I mean, these are simple things. Don't cost $1. But you won't do it because you don't see how it correlates to wealth and riches. Okay? But it does. So you're saying just visualize the life you want and manifest it. Yes. That's it. What I'm saying, if you close your eyes, even tonight, if you decide to close your eyes and you start to think about the life that you want as if you're living it, you want to travel around the world, see yourself traveling in your mind first. See yourself boarding the plane, booking the ticket, sitting in the first class seat, drinking the wine or the champagne, eating those cold almonds, laying back, reclining on your sleeper, 10 hours to Paris, getting off the plane, having your driver pick you up, take you to the Four Seasons Hotel. Like, this can happen in the mind, by the way. But you can't start that process until you know exactly what you want. You with me? You gotta know what you want. And saying that you want to be financially independent, it's not enough for the mind. It's not enough for the brain. Okay? You can't be abstract. You can't be vague when it comes to the mind. You gotta be very clear, very detailed with the brain. You gotta talk to your mind and talk to your brain like you're talking to a third grader. You gotta create word pictures for it. You gotta use descriptions and adjectives and adverbs. It needs to really, truly understand, what do you mean by success? Well, what do you mean by being a millionaire? What do you mean by all this? That you want a better life. What does that mean? Does that make sense, folks? Treat your brain like it's a third grader, because it is. Okay? All right. Any more questions for me before I let you go? If you got value, come with the word value, folks. Come with the word value if you got value here tonight. And hit the like and share button as well if you don't mind. But the how doesn't matter, folks. It just doesn't matter, man. You know, how am I going to make $1 billion? I have no clue. But I have a concrete picture in my mind of me making billions and billions of dollars. I just do. Which means I don't think about it. I don't even think about it. Because in my mind, it's already done. You with me? See, that's the great thing about the process of mental rehearsal and visualization, which I will be teaching at Overnight Millionaire University that is launching very soon. Like, if you continue to tell yourself or continue to tell a certain story over and over again, eventually you believe it. You ever told a lie so many times that you just started to believe the lie? You told the same lie so many times that you you get in trouble and you have to tell a lie, maybe to the police or to your mom or to your dad or whatever, and you got scared. You're like, oh my God, but you have to stick to the lie. Like in the lie, you tell that lie so much that it just feels like it's the truth. Even though as a part of you know it's a lie. Well, that's what I want you to do as it relates to designing the life that you want. Just tell yourself a story. Tell yourself the story that you actually want to hear, that you actually want to write. Okay? Is it wrong to buy secondhand, use luxury brands while you elevate your life just to get the exposure? No, it's not. Listen, Gianna, it's nothing wrong. Like when you ask me, is it wrong? I mean, are you talking about from a moral standpoint? Of course not. You're not hurting anybody. But the question is, why are you doing it? When you say exposure, what do you mean? Are you buying the secondhand stuff because you want people to look at you and for them to perceive that you have stuff? Or are you buying stuff secondhand because you want people to see that you have it, even though you maybe don't really do have it, but you're selling a product or a service to them? I mean, what is your intention? Okay? But as it relates to wrong and it's just bad or it's good, all that matters is what's your intention? Like, what do you want? What is the reason for you to buy the secondhand stuff? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to get validation? What are you trying to do? What's the goal? As long as you have a goal, no problem. But you need to know what the goal is. I know some people, they just buy secondhand stuff because they want other people to see that they got stuff, even though they can't afford the new stuff. But it's important for them to know that other people see that they have stuff. Okay? So, answer that question, Gianna. Hit the like and share button, folks, and come to word value below if you got value here. Okay? Hit the like and share button below and come to the word value if you got value. Yeah. All right, folks. Hey, much love, and make sure you listen to this again. Repetition is the mother of skill. Podcast is on Apple Podcasts. Just search Millionaire Midnight Rant, Wesley Virgin, and I'm also on Spotify as well. Listen to me. Just listen to it. You might not understand everything. I mean, I do my best to do a great job of articulating this information, but listen to it over and over again. Just promise me. Just listen to it. Trust me. Listen to it. Even if you feel lost and stuck, don't know what you do, just listen to this information. It's going to get to the place that it needs to get for you to produce the result that you need. I am proof it works. Much love. And let's go.